I'll text
All
you
right,
real quick.
everybody. Welcome to the locker room, guys. Another episode. Apparently, according to last week, the old guy is back. Yeah, I think I didn't hear that. That's all right. But we're back again. So Miggy might be joining us. He'll be popping in here at some point. But tonight's podcast is the MLB deadline trades and cuts, and who got moved and what we think it does for the teams that they got moved to, what the teams got in return, and how we feel about the trade deadline and the teams that there was a lot of action at the trade deadline, so there's a lot to talk about in the trade deadline. So let's get into it. I guess we're gonna start off with the hottest topic of the entire trade, which would probably be Skubal, another sub 2.3 ERA going to the Dodgers. Uh, can we just talk about this bullcrap and
Yup.
how unfair it is? I feel
Yup.
like we just talked about this, unfortunately. So let's get into it. Let's see what everybody's thought on it, on Skubal, on Tariq Skubal going to the Dodgers. Let's start with Smitty. What you got, Big Dog? What do you think of it?
I mean, listen, it's the same thing we've all been complaining about. Also, I'm sorry, I sound a little guilty. We got a pound and headache, so this short. The salary cap needs to be in effect. I mean, their whole lineup, the bullpen is all stars. I think the highest one might be just barely touching a 3.0 ERA. So just be prepared for them to win their third in a row this year.
Yep. What do you think, Truin?
I don't know if any of our responses are going to be any different than Smitty's besides that, like, they need to put a salary cap on baseball, or especially maybe just the Dodgers effective, like, as soon as possible. I mean, maybe not the rest of the league, but the Dodgers for sure need a salary cap. So Smitty hit the nail on the head. I mean, just another power sub good ERA player going to the Dodgers. I mean, they're literally fighting a war by themselves. There's nobody else that wants to take them on now. I will say Milwaukee is giving them a fighting chance right now, but it's going to come down towards the playoffs. So
What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's dumb. That's pretty much all, I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say. It's dumb, and I'm not surprised.
I mean, I guess my big thing with it is just like, sorry, they got nothing in return. Like, you're sending a top 10 pitcher to a team to get three players, and not one of them are in the top 15 of prospect. You got a number 25 and a number 68 prospect. Is their top two things. Woohoo. Like, prospects aren't guaranteed to be great. It's just like anything else we play. It's not guaranteed that they're going to be great. You hope they're going to be great. But for somebody of that caliber that is rocking such a low ERA for the year and is just going to a juggernaut of a team, like, you would think that they would get something worth it in return. I mean, there's other deals that have happened where at least the team that traded some all-star got something worth it. I just don't see. I mean, I guess they knew they weren't going to keep him after this year. They weren't going to be able to re-sign him. He was going to go somewhere anyway, so get anything you can for him. I get that thought process, but I'm sure there were other teams out there that were willing to wheel and deal for Skubal that would have given them something way better than what the Dodgers. I feel like, especially since the Tigers aren't really the team to be, winning anything. They just kind of gifted the Dodgers a third championship and said, "Here, take one of the best players in the league and give us dog shit in return for it, and go win another championship." You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. It's not shocking because this is what happens, but it's just not fun. Like I said 2 weeks ago, it's just not fun to be a baseball fan anymore. Like baseball is just getting so
Mm-hmm.
one-sided to one team, and they just keep gaining more and more people every year. That other teams are just like, here, take
No,
my
I
best
mean,
player.
this is every trade deadline. Me and Kyle woke up the other day on the last day of it, or no, 2 days into when it started, and said, "Oh man, Scuball is still one of the top prospects. Watch him go over to the Dodgers because they got the money to pay him."
Yep.
And of course, where did he go? So you can just expect every trade for anyone who is great for their contract to run out to just go to the Dodgers. I mean,
Yeah.
just like honestly, I can't wait to see when Bobby Witt is just so fed up with Kansas City and leaves there. I bet you he goes to the Dodgers.
That's what I've been saying.
I could almost guarantee we see Bobby Witt, probably the best shortstop in baseball right now, head over to the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying, bro.
It's just wild. Like, I mean, but off of the Dodgers train because, fuck the Dodgers. We digress. Let's go on from that. Probably the second biggest trade came from three of ours home team. Adley Rushman to the Red Sox. Adley Rushman is gone. He is no longer an Oriole. He is now moving on to Boston. Again, I think it's kind of the same thing with that, is that realistically, we weren't going to be able to pay him. We knew it. We knew we weren't going to be able to retain him. We don't have the we don't have this. We don't have the money straight up to retain him, like at all. Like, and I get it. Like, I get it. You'd rather get something rather than get nothing for the player. Now,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
got to tag in on that, Riot. I mean, out of all of our players, to get rid of a three-time All-Star player who has been through us with 100-win season, with multiple managers, and has still been great. We have two problematic people on our team right now that I have a huge problem with, and we give them a lot of money for them to stay in the top 15 of strikeouts out of every player in the league, in Pete Alonso and Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson, in my opinion, I wish he could have went instead of Adley. As good as he is as a shortstop, Jeremiah Jackson has been hitting way better than him. Either him or Holiday could switch between second and short. Gunner's a waste of fucking time. He was good his first and second year. I get that they want to revolve the team around him, but I don't see why. He strikes out more than he walks. He barely hits home runs anymore. He gets hot every once in a while, and his stats continuously go down since he got a deal. I absolutely hate that about the league. I can't stand Gunner. I wish Adley would have stayed over him with all my heart.
Oh, but the problem with Gunner versus Adley is there's two very good catchers behind Adley that have shown up this year and has hit as well, if not better than Adley. And there's the injury factor. Adley has been injured multiple seasons in a row. And that is a concern, especially if you're going to lose his backup, who's pretty good in staying healthy and hitting home runs better, or if not as good, better than Adley. And he's injured, and Adley stays injured. So there's the
I mean,
injury
I'd rather have
clause.
the person that barely plays and gets on base to stay in that catcher rotation. And like I just said, Jeremiah Jackson and Jackson Holiday, who have been hitting better than Gunner, can switch up in that position and, actually pull out some wins. To get rid of Adley Rutschman, 2 games under 500 out of a wild card spot is fucking asinine to a division rival at that. It is beyond me crazy. You can't deny that. My problem, I just wanted to bring up Gunner because I think he is dog shit. I really do. I think he's great in the field. His bat stinks, and you need both to be able to make it in the league. Having 127 strikeouts and being in the top 15, we have 2 Orioles. Barely do any other teams have 2 people in the top 50. That sucks for us.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't. I mean, but I mean, and I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I'm not going either way. I like Gunner. I do. I think he's having a very down year. Yes, absolutely. Last year he was not as bad as he is this year. But I mean, yes, you can want to keep someone on your team but again, you don't want someone in your team that's barely in the lineup. He doesn't do you any good if he's barely in the lineup. Having a great all-star player who's on injured reserve or the DL all the time, that does nothing for your team when you need to win games if he's hurt.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, Kyle, because you know his contract better than I do, but this is Basayo's first year with us. We signed him to an 8-year deal, and he's played, 30 games for us, maybe? So we paid a man who's also barely played, but also when he gets up to bat, hits a lot of home runs, gets on base a lot.
And that's why I think
So-
that's why I think they let Adley go, because they thought he could fill that void. They had someone in waiting. They don't.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Jackson is a chameleon on the field. He plays outfield. He plays infield. He plays here. He plays there. He plays everywhere.
I
So
guess
he can play any position.
You're right.
Jackson, my concern with Jackson, and here's the other side. Colton Cowser's in center. Jeremiah Jackson's his backup. Colton's been hurt a couple of times this year. So
Jeremiah Jackson's an infielder.
Doesn't he also play? No, that's Tavares that plays
Yes,
center field.
Tavares.
Right, my bad, Tavares. Yeah. So we've gotten rid of other good guys. We got rid of Westy. Who was a great
I
fielder.
guess what hurts me more is seeing Gunnar be the player that he was when he came in, liking him like that, see him steadily regress to the point of I know that this is going to happen next season. He's going to be the next one to get traded away. And I know all of us Orioles fans don't want to see that. We want to see him stay and be that franchise person that he's meant to be. But this dude needs to get his back in shape for me to believe that he's going to help lead our team there.
Yeah. And you're not wrong on that. The thing is if you look at today,
3 walks.
Gunnar didn't even, and he played DH. He didn't even play the field today.
Yeah,
It was
that's what
Jackson
sucks
Holiday.
for me. So your
Yeah.
designated hitter, who is supposed to get your runs and RBIs in for you, got 3 walks and didn't even score a run.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep. The 3 guys behind him each had strikeouts, so that's always a problem when you get a guy on base.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of games this year where Gunnar gets a double and then we get strikeouts and he doesn't move off second base because guys aren't. We have a problem, I think, across our entire team of look at our runner and scoring position and how many we've left on the base. Dude, we're probably number
huge
1
problem.
we're probably number 1 in the MLB for leaving.
I'm not going to disagree.
It's disgusting.
Another thing you got to look at is the pitchers we face and their ERAs and how bad we do against the worst pitchers. Like most of the pitchers that dice our team up, and I mean dice them up to 5 or more strikeouts, has a 4 ERA or worse. And the guy for Boston today had Kyle, a 7-point-something ERA, and his highest strikeout game was against us earlier in the season for 8 strikeouts. That's absurd. That should never happen. You're a professional baseball player.
You also look at the bullpen for the Angels when they beat us 4-1 today. We put a guy in there that had an 11.25 ERA.
Yeah.
Why is he even on the field?
Exactly.
Send him back down. Geraldo has a 11.25 ERA. That is disgusting for a pitcher. How you're in the MLB with an 11 ERA is wild to me. The other 3 guys that pitched were 3.4, 3.5, and 4. Okay, not great, not horrible, but you throw in the middle of that 11.25 and think that's a good idea when we're trying to fight for a wild card? There was 19 other people in that bullpen you could have put in besides the dude who can't do anything right. I think it goes to a systemic problem with the Orioles. Me personally, I've watched them my whole life, is the managers that we hire never put the right people in at the right time. And it busts us in the ass every damn season because we'll be in a hunt for something and they will throw out there the most dog shit pitcher we have in our entire team, be like, go get us some outs. And then they get hammered and we go, oh, well, why did that happen? I don't know, because the guy sucks. Like, he sucks. Like, it's just the Orioles ever since. It's been forever. Since our 100-win season, what have we done?
Nothing.
Nothing. We've done nothing. We've been bottom of the AL East every year since. The team had not changed that much from that 100-win team. We actually added firepower. And then we lose more. Like, we add people who are better than what we had in a 100-win season, and we lose.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not an Orioles fan at all, but seeing Taylor Ward leave as well, like that kind of. I like Taylor Ward, and I'm not an Orioles fan. I like Taylor Ward, so seeing him go to Seattle kind of like punched me, bro. I liked him.
Yeah, he was a good player. Yeah, I mean, the Orioles made a lot of big name trades this deadline, and I don't know what
Especially
it's
to tag into that T, sign the man to a 1-year deal, and he doesn't even play the whole year.
for. Yeah,
Doesn't.
what did we get him? 6 months?
Yeah.
6 months.
6 months? Yeah. I mean, you didn't even give the guy a chance to like really show anything. You didn't even give him a chance to see. I mean, now granted, our outfield is stacked right now.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but even being a leadoff hitter, I think he's only got 1 home run on the year, and that was not too long ago, maybe a month ago.
Yeah. I mean, but
He started out the beginning of the season really, really well, but I mean, not home run wise, but hitting wise, and then he just
He's a phenomenal
stopped.
base stealer, but I don't think he has more than I can count on one hand with home runs.
No. I mean, and you got to look at the rest of the guys that are out there between Tavares, Kowser, Kobe Mayo, who's coming on strong as shit right now. You know, we have so many people in the outfield. Yeah, Ward kind of sucked because we didn't really give him a chance to see what he was as an Oriole. But there's just our outfield is the most stacked position base we have on the Orioles. Like, it is stacked. Like,
Yeah,
we have
because they know the
so
ball's
many
getting-
great outfielders.
That's because they know the ball's getting hit that far.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pitching's always been an issue for us. And then,
And that's why they stack your outfield, because your pitchers come and go like I change underwear, man.
Yeah, well, because we keep picking up bad ones. All right, let's get off the Orioles. Because I could go on the Orioles for the whole time of this podcast, and that's just not going to do anybody a good thing right now. So, I mean, so let's go through some other notables. So we're gonna go. Luis Arraez went to the Phillies from the Giants. It's a good pickup for Philly to try to make a little push at the end
He
of
just
the
hit a dinger
NL.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's a
He
good
had a
thing for them.
dinger.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good thing for the Phillies. They're trying to make a push to get at least into a wild card spot. Maybe try to pull up and, like, fight for that division. We talked about them being a sleeper. They added a good player. I mean, what do y'all think about that addition? Y'all think that's a good addition?
I think the trio between them two, or between him, Bryce Harper, and Schwarber, I think that's a good mix. I think they're doing it because usually it's like Harper's on or off, Schwarber's on or off, but then like Arraez will pick it up. I think that'll be a good addition to them because
I
it's
agree.
just round robin for them.
Yeah, I agree with True on that. Solid.
Yeah, I think it was a solid pickup for real. I think it was a great pickup for them. I think we did a good job. They did a good job with that one. I mean, they got to do something to contend with the. Never mind. Not gonna get back into them because we'll go off on another tangent. I mean, but like, I mean, the Padres tried to add, with Casey Mize coming in. There was a lot of people that are trying to pick up people to try to compete in that division. But then the Dodgers go out and do what they do, and everybody just kind of goes, "What was that for? That was a waste because this is doing nothing for us." Like, I would hate to be any team in that division right now. Like, I would just literally sit in my room at night with all the lights off and probably cry like a little girl. And that's just realistic.
Write that time down.
Yeah. I mean, the Padres picked up Robbie Ray, left-handed pitcher. Kevin Gossman, ex-pitcher to us. He moved on to the Cubbies. Cubbies trying to make a little push, bringing in Goss to try to help out their pitching core. That's something to try to say that they did something. I guess something.
Then the Yankees made a move, didn't they?
The Yankees picked up Luis Garcia Jr., the first baseman. Yeah,
I think
they
that's
picked him up from the
yeah.
Nationals.
That's a good pickup. Did you see the Yankees call up their rookie and him absolutely hitting that dinger first game?
That was insane.
Yeah, I mean,
Bro, and then defensively, he looks tough, bro. That's the last thing they need.
They got a good prospect in that kid. I mean,
We don't want to see that though.
No, nobody
Yeah, we don't.
else wants to see it, but unfortunately, here we are. We've said it 100 times. Every team that's at the top of the chain just keeps getting better, while the rest of us just get to sit back and watch.
Shout out
The
to the
Yankees.
Royals.
Yeah, I mean, Orioles are damn near right there with you. Don't feel bad. I mean, it's just
We're
bad.
terrible, bro.
Like, oh my God, I just don't even know what to say about baseball right now. Like,
Uh,
All I
the
gotta
rich.
say is
I guess we're just
football's
gonna say the
back.
rich. Yeah, the rich get richer. Is that what we're gonna go with? The
Yeah.
rich just keep getting
Yeah.
richer. I mean, that's
Shout
about
out
what
the
I got.
Dodgers.
I mean, not that you're already fucking good and you've already won 2 in a row. Let's go and add juggernauts in the deadline to just.
Dude, they have a
Oh
whole
my
ace
God.
rotation, dude. Like that's just
Dude, they
fucking
do.
Yeah, the
ridiculous.
rotation is insane.
Their entire 5 could all win Cy Youngs, and
Yeah,
it's not even a question.
they're all gonna compete with
They
each
could
other,
all
bro.
win Pitcher of the Year, any fucking one of them. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, it's sad they're not spread out across the division.
They're not spread out across the league.
Yeah,
Jacob Morosky from the Brewers is winning the Cy Young.
I believe that.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go to the Dodgers in 2 years.
Yeah, probably. You're not wrong, dude. I mean, dude throws 104 mile an hour and fucking cooks people like it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, and then he's gonna go to the Dodgers, and we're gonna be like, here
Ah,
we go
Kyle
again.
was
like
the last one. You don't need to say that.
I mean, I just know what's gonna happen. I've been watching it for 4 fucking years now. I mean,
I like
every
the
single
Brewers.
year they get
For
some
real.
rock star.
I'm surprised they didn't go out and
Oh
get
my
Mason
God.
Miller too.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they didn't. Yeah, I'm shocked they didn't make more splashes. I mean, they made the biggest splash of the.
They got Chris
the
Bubick
trade
too from the
deadline.
Royals.
Because it's not like if you're a player in the MLB right now and you get a contract to sign with the Dodgers, you're like, well, I'm just going to turn that.
Yeah, you're not gonna not take that,
Yeah.
whoever you are,
Right.
honestly. Because I mean, they're the highest winning team right now. You'd be stupid not to take your chances of going and getting that bonus when they win.
And
Yep.
getting that championship and putting that on your
100%.
resume. I mean, Skewball's already a great pitcher. He's already probably going to go to the Hall. He's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had some-
2
he had
times
some-
Cy Young.
yeah.
Come on.
He had some chips to his resume. He's a lock. He's a lock. He's a first ballot lock. Like, it's not even a question. He's going. So, yeah, he's not stupid for doing it. For sure. I mean, I get why he did it. And he knows they're probably going to pay him some badass contract.
That's the problem, though. Is we can't blame the player. We just can blame the league for letting this happen. Like, I mean, that was the biggest thing that I continuously bring up is the Dodgers have probably before Scooball, 1.1 billion. Now it's probably like 1.2, 1.3, whatever they gave him. I don't even remember. But how do you owe your players in total more than what the MLB is worth? How does that physically happen in baseball?
I don't have an answer for that. I wish I did, but I don't.
You must have more sponsorships than we know.
Like, you could just buy the MLB. Why are we buying players? Just buy the league and say, we win, the game's over.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what it is.
So basically, they said that their payroll. I just looked it up because I had to. Their estimated payroll for this year is $420 million for this year.
How much? Say it again.
420 million.
For this year.
They pay
They
more
have-
in a
they
yearly
have
salary
players-
than our team is worth.
Listen, they have Ohtani till 2049. They have Freddie Freeman till 2043. Like, he's only looking at this year.
Yeah.
I'm
this
only
year.
looking at this year. Yeah, I'm looking at
half
$1
$1 billion this year.
this year in salary.
Is that,
There's teams that aren't worth that.
True balls? Or do we know that?
I think so. I think that's including his right now.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Let's put it this way.
He's got guaranteed money coming his way this year. They wired him that day. He pitched the very next game they played. G.
Yep.
Like, they paid for his plane ticket. They put that money in his account. They sent him a uniform. That man was ready to go the next morning.
That man walked off the plane in his Dodgers uniform.
Buying a resume to buy a house too in LA.
Like, dude, they are paying $169 million in luxury tax for their team. $170 million. That's the penalty for how far they are over, and they give zero.
No
shits about
fucks.
it. They give zero shits about it. They do not care because you know what they're going to
You
do.
should
They're
you
just
should
gonna
lose
win.
your draft picks if you go over like there's got to be some repercussion, there's got to be a cap, there's got to be something, or we are all going to sit here and watch the Dodgers win for more than likely the next 3 to 5 years after this year because they're going to keep buying more people.
Yep.
I agree with you, Miguel. 10's crazy to even say, but I could see it happening. If all those players
Yeah.
stay healthy and they keep adding the next couple years rookies that come in and are just all-stars, good fucking luck. Good luck. Like Ryan said, if they
Bobby
get
Witt.
Milrowski in fucking 2 years when his rookie contract's up, that's another ace pitcher. Whoever comes, like, oh my goodness, dude,
Dude,
I don't even want to think about it.
And like I think Miguel said, they also got Bubik, who is a
Yep.
Yeah.
fire left-handed pitcher. Fire left-handed pitcher
Yep.
for from the Royals. He was like one of their best pitchers. Oh, let's take him.
He
Let's
was.
just take everything good. I mean, I know we're supposed to talk about
Crazy.
the trade deadline, but I think it pretty much revolves around the stupid Dodgers. Like, and we just
Yeah.
can't stress enough that football season is on the horizon and we can stop worrying about this. Because honestly, I don't even know that I watched
Starts
the playoffs.
today.
Yeah, I don't even know that I watched the playoffs this year, to be real with you guys. Like, I already know the outcome. Unless by some miraculous thing, the whole team that is all aces and all-star players decides to fall apart. There's not a team on planet Earth right now in any dimension that's touching this. Not one. They're not.
You have to get hot and hope that they have one badass game to dethrone them.
They need a bad series.
And even that, I was just about to say, there's 7 games in a series, so good luck on that happening.
Yeah, you need them to be bad for 4 of 7 games. Good luck. Like,
or you just need to be better, which is extremely hard to do. It doesn't even matter if you get hot because 90% of the team shut down whatever flaming torch you have.
Yeah, they are the waterfall to any torch that you think you're bringing in. That's what they are. They're a damn tsunami, literally, to any fire you think you're going to bring to a series with them. They're just going to soak it, and you're done. And you're going home, and you're going to sit on your couch, drink a beer, and say, what the hell just happened?
Well, the only good thing about all that, I mean, my opinion, PCA overtook Ohtani for favorite to win an MVP, so that's nice.
For now.
For now,
For
yeah.
now.
It'll
You
last.
don't think he can?
No. When Ohtani gets threatened in any position of power that Ohtani's in, Ohtani turns it up to a notch that there's not a player in
PCA is a
MLB
dog,
that can
bro.
I don't care.
It don't matter.
Nobody is a dog compared to Ohtani.
Here's the problem with that, Miguel, is if Ohtani's bat heats up, he's the same as PCA. What PCA does not get to do is step on the mound like Ohtani. So let Ohtani come up and have another 2 or 3 run home game with another 8 to 10 strikeouts, and PCA sadly doesn't have a chance because Ohtani is sadly doing both, not just swinging the bats.
That's true.
And that's unfortunately the biggest problem with it. Like, Ohtani has a 2-way to win the best player in baseball. Like,
I love PCA.
yes, if he, I'm not saying
I do too.
he's a great
he's
player.
awesome on the cross.
Great player. He just doesn't have the 2-way street like Ohtani. Ohtani had probably the best game in the history of baseball for a pitcher. What was it? 8
For sure.
strikeouts,
3 home runs and 11 strikeouts. It was a sight to see. I watched that whole game, and as much I will say this from the bottom of my heart, as much as I hate the Dodgers, it was one of the most exciting baseball games, even though it was a pretty boring game, to watch Ohtani absolutely just go out there and single-handedly win that ball game. In the World Series, in the playoffs, and like in every aspect of when it matters in the MLB, 11 Ks, 3 home runs, dude had 5 at bats. Crazy.
Yeah.
3 of his at bats were dingers. I mean, he's on another level. I mean, and and the thing is okay, Otani's there till 49. Freddie Freeman's there till 43. Okay, so let's say we're in 25,
Fucking nut.
24 years from now or whatever the hell it is.
Listen,
You think
Kershaw
they ain't
did
gonna
it.
keep? Yeah, you think they ain't gonna keep reverbing more and
Oh
more
yeah,
good players
yeah.
just to back them up? Yeah, they're gonna keep spending all this money unless baseball decides to do something about it. How cool would it be if next year or the following year baseball said, you know what, we got it, we got to flip this script, and the Dodgers have to dump like 6 players because they can't get under the
They
salary cap?
should.
That would be wild,
They
wouldn't it?
should.
Like that would be
I mean,
wild.
it would make it very interesting because immediately you would have a handful of teams that could afford a couple of those all-stars, and we would have a different season next season. I'm not gonna lie, it would be interesting to see the Dodgers have to try and make a push or have to try and get up over 500 or even push for a wild card spot instead of being in first place every single time. It's like, no offense to Miguel here, it's like whenever the league was just letting Patrick Mahomes run up 3 seasons like it was nothing. I mean, there was several times in the season where you could tell they were struggling, and then there was several times in the whenever it mattered, things just went their way. Whether it was the refs or defensive players on the other team blocking their own players, absolutely insane. I'm just going to say that. We all know what games I'm talking about. In Buffalo, that's fucking nutty. I've never seen a fucking NFL player block his own player on that's crazy as fuck. But I digress. It's borderline the same thing, except the MLB does nothing about it like the NFL. The only thing, and I'm sure a lot of us can agree that the MLB has done to make things fair, is the ABS system.
Yes.
That's
yes,
it.
yes.
And you only get 2, so you got to use them wisely. And
Yep.
a batter, a catcher, or the pitcher can make that challenge.
Yep.
I mean, that is about the fairest thing they have put in a sport of all the sports in a very, very long time.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that was a great addition for baseball. I mean it keeps the umpires honest, which I love. I love that. It keeps the umpires honest. And I have seen way more times when the umpire was wrong than when the player was wrong. Way more. Like it is astronomical how many times the player is right compared to the umpire. And it just goes to show, like, listen, you got a ball coming at you 100 miles an hour. It's hard to see where
Keep
that ball's
talking,
actually
Ryan. I'm
supposed
gonna
to.
look this up though.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to look across the plate at 100-mile-an-hour fastball streaking in, and the way the catchers, frame up these days to say whether it's in or out sometimes. So I don't always blame the umpire. Sometimes I do, because sometimes it's just preposterous how bad it is. But for the most part, like, I give them their props. That's hard to do. Like, it is. It's hard to, when you're standing over top and you got this guy on top of this guy trying to tag at second, and you got 2 bodies kind of intertwined, and you get the call wrong. I mean, listen, it's bang bang stuff, and that's good that they have that now, so that we can at least go back and look at it. Similar to VAR in soccer, similar to the challenge flags in baseball. It's good, or in football. My bad on that one.
All
It's
right.
good
Is
that
everyone ready for this?
yeah, I'm ready.
So, according to the 2026 MLB regular season, a total of almost 3,897 umpire calls have been overturned. Let's just take a minute to think about, if they did not initiate that rule, how many games does that end for crucial teams? How many games does that change the factor? How many games does that prevent a walk or add a walk or another pitch that a hitter shouldn't get to see? I mean, the outcome of all those and successfully retaining it, you can have 10 challenge a game if you want, as long as you're right every time.
Yep.
So
You just got to be right.
to see that be that huge of a number, and we're not even through the full season, almost 5,000 calls probably by the end of the season is crazy. I mean, talk about keeping the umpires honest. 5,000 overturned calls.
Yep. I told
Wow.
you, like, it's wild how much they've done. I mean, and listen, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not always going to be, sunshine and roses, and you're going to get some calls wrong sometimes, and you're going to tap your helmet, or you're going to, tap your hat when you're a pitcher or the catcher, and you're going to get them wrong. But I've watched a lot of teams who have saved, and they've called them in the 8th and 9th inning, and it's changed the game. Because that guy walks, and now there's 2-1, and you get a single, and bam, you win the game. You know, because they're able to do that is, in my opinion, great. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. But, I mean, that's just where I'm at with the whole MLB.
And I'm gonna put it this way. Imagine if other sports did that. Like, imagine if in the NFL, like, you could challenge that touchdown call, or instead of the booth making the determination of, hey, we're going to take a closer look at this. Maybe that player or each team gets two decisions to say, hey, I want you to take a closer look at that. Instead of maybe or maybe not take a closer look, it's we want you to take a closer look and you got to do it. I would be absolutely okay with that. I think a lot of crazy things would happen. I think a lot of teams would be better. I think even for us as the Ravens, when Isaiah Likely got called not a touchdown in the end zone while it was a touchdown, and the NFL admitted it 3 months after the season was over, that would have went a little differently.
Yeah.
Just
You talking about with his toes out of bounds?
No, I'm talking about whenever the defender was on his back, he had it juggled like barely. He secured it and went down. They called it not a touchdown because it wasn't a secured catch. And then
So that wasn't the Chiefs.
3 months
No.
later, they came out and said, we fucked up as a league. It was definitely a touchdown. We are sorry, Isaiah. Like, that was their exact post.
That's the Steelers game you're talking about, because the one
It was
with
the Steelers game.
It was against the Steelers game.
oh, you said
Which would have
Chiefs.
changed. No, he said it wasn't the Chiefs.
Oh, my bad.
No, it wasn't.
But here's the
Chiefs
thing.
game.
That would have changed our season last year
Yeah, 'cause
because
we
we
wouldn't
lost
have-
to the Steelers
Yep.
by that game.
Yep, and that was in overtime for us to win, and they called it not a touchdown.
We would have been in the playoffs. They wouldn't have been if that was called correctly. And the thing is the NFL already has to change the challenge rules, in my opinion, is because the last 2 minutes of the game, only the booth can challenge. How many times have we seen in the last 2 minutes of the game some abhorrent call and nobody can challenge?
Almost every playoff game.
Yeah, the office says, nope, we're good, play on. And then after the game, you got somebody out there going, yeah, we kind of missed that one. What do you mean you missed that one? You got a big screen you can see it on. It's huge. Like,
not only
you
that,
didn't
I
miss
mean,
it.
if anyone pays attention to any type of TikTok, follows any type of sports page, they're behind the scenes. I have seen the monitors that these sports and analysts in New York are staring at 4 different screens, butt to butt next to each other. There's about 5 in a line of computers watching angles of that very game.
Mhm.
You're telling me that they're somehow
That they
something
missed
like
it.
that gets missed.
Yeah, that they missed
And
it.
I'm not saying just that specific thing. I'm saying juggled catches that happen all the time. 50-yard bombs that players secure it as they're hitting the ground, and they're like, nope, have it as went down. No,
Yep.
a catch is a catch, as I remember. The ball
No, it
never
used
hit
to
the
be.
ground, and it landed in him. I mean, we have interceptions that get juggled and land in between a player's legs, and that's considered an interception because it never hit the ground and it was in his possession. But a wide receiver juggling a ball with 2 defenders on his going down and still securing that more athletically is not a catch.
Tight end, but yeah.
I'm just saying that gets a little suspicious.
And I also looked this up while you were talking, Smitty. So do you know actually in per stadiums for football games, it changes depending on the day you play? So Sunday night football, they only have 30 to 35 cameras that are rolling that can see it from different angles. On Thursday, it's 35 to 45, and on Monday night, it's 49. Now at the Super Bowl, they'll put 175 to 240 plus cameras to watch every angle for the Super Bowl. Why are we not?
I did not know that.
Regularizing the same amount of cameras in all these stadiums. If you're putting the
I didn't know that.
into the stadium, build it with the proper fucking equipment to give us the correct answer.
Dude, that's crazy. That was a really good thing to bring up. That might be a hot take.
All of it.
Because having a different amount of cameras per stadium, per game, per night, is believable.
Yeah, I thought it would be well-rounded. Like, okay, the league has to have this many as a requirement to have it as a skill because you have to give correct calls. No, apparently it changes per the day you play.
Wow.
And it's crazy how the Super Bowl, I mean, I understand it's a Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl gets 6 times more than a Monday night game, which has the most at 49 cameras.
Which is crazy. It's the only game being played. Why wouldn't you have? Like, I
Exactly.
just don't get that.
It's wild, dude. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just, it's wild the way. I think, but back to the baseball thing, I just think it's a great thing that they have. I mean, we need to do it more often in other things. Like, we need to go back. I mean, we need to do it in every sport, I think. You know, soccer adopted it, you know,
Yep.
that they can check everything through VAR, you know.
Best thing that
baseball is now
FIFA
adopted.
came out with.
Yeah,
Hands down.
baseball has adopted it. So cool. You know, basketball needs to adopt it. They need to go back and look at some of these things, these ticky-tack fouls.
Some of those fouls,
these,
I like
these,
that too.
Are these guys flopping, like, and you call
Yep.
them foul? No, you need to go look at that. Yeah, you need to go look at that and be like, no, you flopped. The foul is actually on you. You get another foul, and now they get to get the ball back because you play in a game. Like, they need to do it in everything. All of them, I think, personally. I think it just makes more sense for sports. And listen, everything's human. Refs are human, umpires are human, refs in basketball are human, soccer referee and side judges are human. They're going to make mistakes. Nobody's asking anybody to be perfect. All we're asking is that we can hold them accountable when they get something wrong.
Look, and I'll say this. I know a lot of people. Go ahead, Miguel. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, and what Ryan was saying is that I understand that at the end of the day, the refs are human. I get that, but if you're costing a team a playoff spot, you know, a potential win in the playoffs, like that's a pretty big deal, especially if it's from like a city where like they've never won anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like.
Yeah.
What about that football game, Ryan? We watched it live. We were on the phone. That Steelers and Eagles game where there was the batted pass back to Aaron Rodgers, batted back to the wide receiver, batted back to the lineman, and then the lineman.
Oh yeah, silly.
Like, oh no, that doesn't count because for what? The ball never hit the ground.
Yeah.
Ball's still in play. Yeah, ball's still in play. It never touched the turf.
And there was a whistle. They blow whistles way too fast in football.
Well, that's the other thing with that. You know, there's been plenty of plays I've seen from plenty of quarterbacks this year where they got a guy around their body, but they're still letting the ball go. But because the whistle blew, they lose some great play where they look like a rock star. Josh Allen's done it, Patrick Mahomes has done it, Lamar Jackson has done it, Jalen Hurts has done it. Matthew Stafford has done it. Yeah, I could go on and on about the quarterbacks that have made this miraculous throw. But the ref, because there's a hand around his waist, have already blown the whistle and the play's dead. And there's no challenge on that. There's nothing. It's just the play's dead. So you just lost that 40-yard or that 20-yard first down play on 3rd and 18 because the ref decided to poop too quick.
Which also brings me to my next one is whenever the defensive team just goes off sides and you get a free play, why do they let those play out?
Yeah.
So you know it's a penalty right off the bat. You know half that defense is going to literally let up because they saw that flag fly and they think the whistle is going to be blown, and you allow that offense to throw a 50, 60-yard bomb because they catch those cornerbacks off guard.
Yep.
And they're like,
and the issue with that is
it doesn't matter anyway.
What'd you say, Miguel?
And sometimes it's inconsistent because sometimes they'll call the play dead. They won't even let nothing happen, and then other times they just let them do whatever. So I agree with that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it's just gotten to the point with every sport. You know, baseball is the first one.
It's everything.
Out of what we watch to really let the players hold the umpires accountable.
Yep.
And they should allow that. Now, it should be just like challenges in football, just like it is in baseball. The coach gets 2 red flags. The players get 2 taps on their helmet to say, "You're wrong, bud." And then it's done. I mean, because coaches' challenges in baseball still happen.
Look, I mean, even another sport that a lot of us will get in our feels about, Tiger wins over 100 to 125 majors if you're allowed to have one mulligan in an 18 round of golf. Just one. Because every once in a while, everyone has that one bad hit. But dude, let me tell you what, if Tiger could redo a couple of them 50, 60-foot putts that man had and typically drained, man wins 125 majors. Yeah. I'm just saying that would change the dynamic of a lot of sports, adding a system where a player could have a little bit more control, regardless of what it is.
And the NFL, and I think that's a great point, but also touching back to the NFL when they changed the kickoff thing. It's where they were coordinating the kickoff. Like at the same time, some of these return men, their momentum builds up as they have more time to run. Them not being able to run a full stretch of a field or at least have more time to make a decision on where they're going. I mean, last year they even statistically said, I looked it up, 32% less of return kickoffs for touchdowns because they want to move the kickoff 20 yards closer.
Yeah, you'll never see a Devin Hester again.
Faster, you're going to get hit harder. But at the same time, some of these return men, that's literally their job to build momentum as they're moving. And if they don't have space to make the move, they're not going to score. So why are we even kicking it off? Just give them the ball at the 20-yard line. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna see another Devin Hester in the NFL with the current kickoff rules. You just won't. You're never gonna see another one. You're never gonna see them break like they used to and get all pumped. I mean, how many times did we watch, 10 years ago, where a team's down by 3, they kick the ball off after kicking that field goal, and the dude just returns it to seal the game with a touchdown. So many people have done it, and you're just never going to see that again because of this new kickoff situation. I mean, I get they're trying to say player safety and this and that because, those high impact hits. But at the end of the day, these guys all know what they signed up for when they started playing football.
They're getting paid. They're getting paid millions of dollars.
Correct. I mean, it's wild to me how much they
ball knowledge. Be smart about how you get hit then.
Yeah, go down if you have to. I mean, I know that that's not what everybody wants, but go down if you have to go down, Go.
His head. Every time he catches the ball, he hits the deck because he's scared of a concussion.
Yep, exactly.
Play smarter.
Play smarter football. I mean, that's what you have to do. I mean, it's unfortunate, but yeah, sports as a whole have gotten really soft, especially football, in my opinion. I just feel like the game I watched as a kid growing up through the 80s and 90s and then into the early 2000s with the Ravens defense and then the Legion of Boom. Like, you can't hit people like that no more. How many times this year on our team? Yeah.
Antonio Brown literally lives with CTE every day because of how he literally got destroyed as a receiver.
By Vontaze Burfict.
Mm-hmm.
I know who destroyed him.
Man for scoring and being as phenomenal of a player as he was, but the dude literally can't even physically function as a human now because of how he used to get hit. And now if you get hit like that, you have like a 3-game suspension.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton, how many flags were thrown on him just for hard hits?
Dude!
Just for hard hits. And, it's the safeties across the league aren't allowed to do what safeties do anymore. The days of Sean Taylors and, and those kind of guys, that's over. Yeah, that's over. Like, you can't do that. The Ray Lewis hits as a linebacker where he literally flipped people upside down and they landed on their helmet. You hit somebody like that now, if you're not tossed out of the game, you get a 15-yard penalty and potentially you get tossed from the game.
You're getting probably tossed, you're getting a significant fine and probably a game suspension.
Yep.
I miss hearing the crunch of those pads like that. I mean, now the only excitement you get are, deep passes and long runs by the running backs and receivers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or very special defensive plays.
As soon as you see a big hit, you know that there's a flag about to be thrown.
You know it. The minute you hear that noise, you're like, here it comes. And then yellow goes everywhere, and you're like, what are they doing? Like, this is football. This is an impact game. And these kids have been playing forever.
It's like the sacks on the cornerback. Dude, you put your head into your chest and land on top of them, it's a fucking penalty. Like,
I mean, shit happens all the time. There's all sorts of things. Like, look at the Damar Hamlin thing. Like, absolutely crazy sequence of events. Just the same as Dale Earnhardt Sr. going into that wall. He's went into that wall just like that 1,000 times or 100 times, I'd say. That time it just killed him. Damar took one step and it just so happened to kill him. Like, even not having any contact hurts and kills people. It's part of the game. It's part of the sport we know and love, no matter what sport that is. I mean, there's dangers in being athletic.
It was just the baseball player. What was it? It was this year. A baseball player took a ball off the bat right back to him, right in the face. It's literally it's literally the game they play. The pitcher is in the most vulnerable spot on the field. If he hits one dead back up the middle with with the bat speed that they're swinging with now, it can literally split your face open. Like, you can literally die from the impact of a baseball to your forehead. It's the game that we all chose to play. I played baseball for 19 years. There was always a chance that sitting out there, I'm at short and I take a grounder and it pops up and busts me square between the face, and because it hits a rock in the dirt or something, busts my nose wide open, splits my face open, cracks some bones. That's the game we play. We
Smitty
choose
played
to
on a
do
little
that.
league team with Smitty played on a little league team with Khalil that lost his front teeth because of a fly ball.
Dude, I've seen so many things happen, crazy things happen in
He was 6
the
years
years
old.
that I played baseball. For no, I've seen front teeth knocked out. I've seen eyes be come out of the socket. Yeah, dude, I've seen players' nose broken. Like, it happens, and it's not. I want to make this very clear, because if anyone out there is watching this, like, and especially young kids going into high school and stuff, like, don't be scared about it. You can't be scared. Like Balto was just saying, with taking that ground ball and it pops up, that is a one in whatever the number is. I'm not even going to throw it out there. It's not every day that that's going to happen to you.
No.
Shit just happens. It's life. Every once in a while, it knocks you down. You just get back up, unless it seriously or morbidly injures you. All right. Well, then hopefully at that point you live to fight the next day. But if you do, then it's life. You get back up, you get back on the horse, and you do that shit all over again.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yep. I mean, I've been on both
And-
sides. I've taken a 100-mile-an-hour grounder to the face, and I've been in the batter's box, and I've taken a 92-mile-an-hour fastball to the cheek.
To the ribs.
I took one to the cheek. About knocked me stone
Bro.
cold.
I vividly remember in high school, I played on special teams and I was one of the gunners. And I remember this specific play. I was looking up at the ball, and as I'm looking up, some dude just comes through and lights me up, bro. I could not breathe. It was horrible, bro. It was
But
horrible.
did that make you stop playing? No. You caught your breath and you went back out there and
No.
you played again.
It sucked when it happened, yeah. But I'm like,
it sucked. I didn't want to get hit in the face with a fastball, but guess what? That's the risk that people take when they play sports. It's every sport. I mean, I've seen. I mean, poor World Cup this year. I watched a dude take a freaking Ronaldo kick right to the teeth, dude, and I was like, he didn't get up for like 10 minutes. I thought he literally severed his spine.
One free kick, dude almost lost his genitalia, dude.
Yeah, like, I swear I thought he I thought it snapped his spine how hard that ball hit his face. But guess what he did? 10 minutes later, he walked off to the side, drank some water, collected his cobwebs, and he got back out there and he played. Because this is what we do. Like, that's the sports world. Like, it's not all peaches and roses, and you just get to be the all-star every day. Sometimes you're going to take a knock. I mean, doesn't make you stop playing. It's just, damn, that sucked. Get up, dust yourself off, and get back at it. I mean, but yeah, there's a lot of things in sports that we could sit here and talk all night about that could change. I mean, lots of things. I mean, for the locker room viewers out there that tune in every week, hopefully, and get to see us, in all our glory, talking what we think is truth. We got a lot of football coming up. A lot of football coming up. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about everything from where we think the teams are going to finish the season. We're going to do our early predicts in football. That's going to be fun. And we're going to do a midseason. We did great or we screwed up. I love those. But at the end of the day, we have a lot coming up. I mean, realistically, I know we have the baseball playoffs coming up in September and October, but I'm just not that interested, gentlemen. I'm really not after this deadline trade fiasco. I'm really just looking to see one team just steamroll. And it's not even I would not be shocked if the Dodger 4-0'd everybody. And just sat there for like a week and a half.
They should, bro.
Yeah, they should. Just sit there for a week. Just sit there for a week waiting on the other team to finish their 7-game series.
If they don't, that's embarrassing.
With the team they have, I mean, you got to think. They can put up 5 Cy Young players in the first 5 games. And then they just re-wrap them to number 1 again. I mean, like, there's never you're never getting a break. Like, there's never a day where you're like, man, I'm actually going to get a pitcher that I can really hit off of. Like, he's just not that good. There's none of them. There's not a one on that team that you could say, yeah, this is the guy I'm going to hit off of. No, because once you get Ohtani, and you turn around and get the other Japanese player, forget his name at the moment, Kyle, you probably know it. Who's on the
Zach, or-
Japanese? What's his
On
name,
the
Kyle?
Dodgers, Yamamoto.
Yeah, on the Dodgers. Who?
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto. Then you get Skewball thrown in the mix, and we just keep going. Like, we're gonna talk a lot of football, is what I'm trying to say to the
I really
Hall of
hope
Fame crowd.
the Brewers beat the brakes off the Dodgers.
I would rather see the Braves do it, but I know the Braves probably don't have the mustard.
I'm pushing for the Brewers this year. I feel like they have a good
I like
chance.
the Brewers, bro. I like the
Zoom.
Brewers.
I like the Brewers' chances until this trade season. I really did.
I
I
still
thought
like
the
that
Brewers were gonna give them a run, but I don't know. That's a dynamite trade to just really just say no one's in our class. Like we are playing baseball by ourselves. I did see that the Astros went back to first in their division. I kind of called that from the beginning of the season. So that's
Believe it or
good
not,
for them.
Brewers have more wins than the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's fine. The Brewers also don't play against the Giants and the Padres as much as they do in a year. So, the Brewers don't really have the guff in their division. They should get a lot of wins because they're going to
Yeah, but it's not also like the Dodgers don't end up playing the Rockies and the Giants.
Yeah, well, the Giants aren't a horrible team. They're just not great. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just at the point now where I don't see much guff against them. I don't see much that's going to stop them from winning.
We just have to support the other people around the Dodgers and pray that we are
correct. Yep, that's what we have to do. We just have to pray. I mean, let's go White Sox. Can we say that?
Dude, I'll buy a Phillies jersey. I don't give a shit. Just somebody do something, please.
I mean, the Phillies are in a fight for their life right now to even make the wild card, bro.
Oh, dude, they're 6 games behind the Cubs, and that's not even their division. So they're not even looking at a wild card spot if they don't figure it out.
No, they're not.
The White Sox are already smacking the Red Sox.
Like
They're dead time with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, they are dude. They have fallen. I personally, they're tied with the Diamondbacks for the second spot.
Yeah,
and I mean, I don't know.
And Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks have been playing lights out. So, and the Phillies, it's literally a hip toss. Like I said, it's between those three guys. If one guy's hot, the other two aren't. And it's just a rotating period. If they're all not hot, then obviously the Phillies lose.
Yeah.
Unless Brandon, what's his name? Brandon Stott.
Yeah.
Bryson Stott.
Bryson Stott.
Bryce, yeah. Unless one of them have or Alec Boehm, like one of them have a.
Lights on, game time, welcome to the show. Every sport, every moment, every take they need to know. From the buzzer to the end zone, from the diamond to the ring. Every headline, every upset, every championship swing. Legends in the making.